And then I started calling paint shops locally, and they would just start rattling off stuff. Well, you know, you can do your Deltron with the PG and the Omni and the blah blah with the Delcro, and they put the thing, and I'm like, what? Like, I don't know what's going on. Hi everybody, and welcome to the channel about kit cars and other car topics. If you like what you see, please hit the subscribe and notification buttons below and share with others on social media. So, as you can see, not much has happened since the last video. Of course, that's because we're in the beginning of this video, but you know, time elapses between when I have time to do this stuff, and this week at work has just been totally insane. We're talking blue screens of death. We're talking about transferring C drives on a different computer, not the same one. Tech support on websites. It's just been totally insane. And of course, all that stuff happens usually outside the hours of actual work because I have to work with clients. But along with that kind of stress, and also the stress of trying to pick out colors and learn a whole new paint system, it's been kind of crazy. I've spent probably 30 hours this week, every waking second outside of work, researching different paint formulas and the different guns. So I don't want to make it seem like I'm a master woodworker, I'm not, but I come from a woodworking background with water-based finishes, turbine guns, and I don't know everything, but I have a formula that works. And so it's really cool because if I decide to build a table today or whatever, I know that I could just go buy this product, pick whatever color I want, put it together, and I know if I'm in the right temperature in my garage that I'm able to make this finish work, and there's not going to be any blotching, and there's not going to be any stuff. I got that all down. When it comes to this stuff, we're talking about catalyst and reducers, gravity-fed guns, bigger compressors. Like, it's a whole different world from what I'm used to. And so I've been like, my head's been spinning. And then if you go to a website like PPG's website is like going to a website for like BASF or something. I mean, it's just like, it's this crazy chemical company talking in a language that it's like, I just want to look at colors and what are the different models of formulas that you guys carry in a consumer digestible version, like a pamphlet that you'd pick up at a store. And I'm sure that stuff exists somewhere on their website, but you can't find it. Like, I can't find it. You have to like go into Google and find stuff. And the only thing I found, like, I remember a year ago, I was kind of, you know, messing around with different, looking at different paints and stuff like that. And I found some brochures and stuff that were like consumer based. I was like, great. Well, here I am in the meat of this now. And I'm like, I can't find anything. And if I go to Google and type in like, I think it's called like Hot Rod Black or Hot Rod Flat Black or something like that. It's a special paint that they make. I could get to that page, and that's it. I can't get to the other pages. So it's like you're trying to figure stuff out and you can't find it anywhere. So anyways, I've done a lot of research. I've been watching how-tos and trying to figure out all these different formulas. And then I started calling paint shops locally, and they would just start rattling off stuff. Well, you know, you can do your Deltron with the PG and the Omni and the blah blah with the Delcro, and they put the thing, and I'm like, what? Like, I don't know what's going on. How about we talk about base primer? How about we talk about clear coat? You know, terms I actually know. And, you know, they're just ripping off model numbers, but they don't say what company it's from. So, okay, so is that a PPG product? Is that a House of Color product? What is that? And so it's been really, really confusing. So in like 10 minutes, I called 3 shops. I even called one back because it took me that long to understand what the hell they were talking about and get around the thing. And it's not because I'm an idiot. It's not that. It's just... It's like someone talking legalese to you and you've never heard the language. So fast forward a few days and doing more research and all that stuff, I finally figured out, okay, great. They make a polyester primer that not only has a high build, but it's also could go direct to metal. I'm like, great. Well, I'm going to, I'll just get that. So I don't have to keep spraying like all these different layers. I'll get that, do a little sanding, spray my base, spray my clear. I'm good. This is for like the suspension parts. And then I'm talking to someone on the phone, and they're like, yeah, you don't want to do that unless you're like spraying within, the next hour or whatever. Like you have to work with that stuff instantly. And I'm like, what? And then I talked to another person, they're like, yeah, you really don't want to use that direct to metal. And it's like, but everybody says it goes direct to metal. So like every person you talk to like has a different spin on it, and it just gets kind of like overwhelming. And it's like, I don't know, it's crazy. So you don't know who to believe basically. So what I finally came up with is that you have to use a basically etching epoxy primer. You don't sand that. That's just to seal your metal. So that's a must no matter what. And then from there, you could do your polyester, or you could do just a regular high build primer, do your sanding, your touch up and all that. Then spray your base, then spray your clears, kind of go from there. So in that process, I was at work. I was tied up until 5 o'clock. Of course, all the stores close at 5. And one of my clients is like, I'm just not in the mood to like finish up some of this stuff. Do you mind if we, take off a little early today? And I was like, I have no problem with that, because I knew that if I went down to the paint shop today on a Saturday, which they're only open early in the morning, it would just pretty much blow my whole day of working on this car, because I'd be in a different mindset, doing research. And when I had that extra hour and 15 minutes opportunity, I was like, boom, in my car 10 minutes later, out to the shop, list of questions, sheets printed out, like, here I am, bro. I'm coming from a woodworking side. I know a decent amount, but now we're talking a different language. Let's figure it out. Here's what I'm doing. This is what I need to do. How do I do it? What's the name of this product? How much is it? So it was really, really great. And then I also brought one of my wheels down, and I was sitting there going through pallets of colors trying to figure stuff out. And then I got one of the master guys there, and he came out. He's like, "Oh, let me help you out." I'm like, "Great." So he comes out with this little camera, freaking like pops it on there. It scans the paint color, prints out a code or whatever. He takes it to his machine, and he gives me a sample of a direct match. So I find out, not only do I have a sample of a direct match, but now I have the color code of what it is from what manufacturer, from yada yada yada. And so now I was able to go into the paint books and find that color and start finding the other colors that I was thinking about and putting them together with these swatches and actually seeing what it looks like. So, and that alone, after he did his process, I was still sitting there for a good 30 minutes flipping through books trying to find this color that I've been trying to do. And so once I did that, I took pictures with my phone, because you can't take the samples home. They're embedded in these books. I took pictures with my phone. I did it at different angles because there's, darker light, lighter light, depending on what angle you're at. I took that all home and I put it all, compiled it into a Photoshop. So there's one page, Photoshop, example of a car and all that stuff. And that way I could really see what's going on. And by the end of that process, I kind of figured out that everything I was thinking about was not going to happen, and I'm going in a different direction. So I'll show you guys that a little bit more later on. But I feel way better that I have a plan. I still have to pick out my tools and supplies and sandpaper and mask and all these different things I need to do. But at least I'm over the hump of research, and now I just dialing in the nuances of what I'm going to buy. So hopefully within a week or two, I'm actually spraying some stuff, getting this stuff on the car, and moving forward. Long story, but wanted to give that information to you. So today is now a car day. It's me in the car, and at this point it's 9 a.m. and it's 85 degrees in here, and I'm already printing through. At this point, what I need to do is kind of follow up. I had the brake line that I jacked that fitting on. I got a new one, so I'm going to fit that today. I'm going to maybe try to fill my transaxle today, or differential. And, hopefully maybe actually drill holes in these panels and start getting this stuff all going. There's so many things going on. I've tried so many different aspects with this, and I'm trying to do this efficiently. And me trying to do stuff efficiently is making me not do any work because I'm thinking about it too much instead of doing. So I just need to hop in. So that's the plan of what I need to do in the near future. Whether that happens in this video, we don't know, because whatever I feel like 5 minutes later is going to happen. But that's kind of the plan of attack, is kind of do some catch up and then move forward. So hopefully, let's see what happens today. Thanks for watching. So to recap, I was able to get the fluid in the differential today. If yours is off the car, you could actually get the fluid into the differential without tubes, but if it's on the car, you're going to have to use tubes. Now, I'm making an actual separate video with more explanation, talking about the fluids, the friction modifier, and how I actually did it. Those will be in the links below, along with the products that I use. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.